Good morning, folks. Welcome to That's My Farm. I'm Jim Shroyer, your host, and you know, it's Halloween time, and we all know that pumpkins are orange, right? Well, wrong. Not all pumpkins are orange. Some are pink, and we're in western Finney County this morning, and we're going to be talking to Maggie Roth here in just a second, and she has an FFA project that you'll want to hear about. So folks, stay with us. We'll be right back.
Closed captioning brought to you by Kansas Soybean Commission. The Soybean Checkoff Progress, powered by Kansas farmers.
That's My Farm is brought to you in part by Tallgrass Commodities. Big enough to serve, small enough to care.
Good morning, folks. Welcome to That's My Farm. I'm Jim Shroyer, your host, and we're in luck because we're in western Finney County in the big town of Holcomb. And with us today we have Maggie Roth, and Maggie has probably got the biggest pink pumpkin patch in all of Kansas, just not too far from Holcomb here. And like I said, we all know we have orange pumpkins, but you've brought pink pumpkins to Kansas, and I want to know why. Why are you growing pink pumpkins?
Well, we started off with my SAE because when I was a freshman and I came back from Louisville from National Convention, we wanted to choose an SAE for me. So
SAE is what?
It's a supervised agricultural experience.
For your FFA
Yes.
project, okay.
And we were doing some research on the internet that winter, and we came across the Pink Pumpkin Patches Foundation website. Mm-hmm. And we did a little research on it and decided to call the president, who at the time was Duane, and to see if we could get involved through the FFA, like as an FFA project. Mm-hmm. And he said that that'd be okay, but then we decided, why not get other chapters involved? So
not just Holcomb, but here in the state, right?
Well, throughout the nation.
Oh,
we were thinking, like, try to get one or two chapters in so many states that year, and then grow from there.
Mm-hmm. Now, this Pink Pumpkin Patch Foundation is basically for what?
They have certain growers, like you can sign up and sign a contract with the Pink Pumpkin Patch Foundation and their seed companies, and the growers will plant these pumpkins in late May or early June, and once they harvest in October, they will donate a certain percentage of each pumpkin sold back to the foundation, and then after everyone has given their money back to the foundation, the Pink Pumpkin Patch Foundation will accumulate the money from all their different growers and give 1 or 2 grants to a breast cancer research organization that actually does the research, not just promoting it or actually doing real research.
Is it just yours, or is it the whole FFA organization here in Holcomb? I mean, do you have other classmates that help you out with it?
Well, it's my SAE, but I have classmates who will come and like help me hold the pumpkin patch, help me sell, and help me just do a lot of other things like set the irrigation system and harvest and stuff.
Mm-hmm. So you have the football team coming out to help pick pink pumpkins and load them up on the wagon and haul them off. So they've helped in the past and helping this harvest as well. So how many FFA programs here in the state or nationwide do you have hooked up with this organization?
Throughout the state, last time I checked, I think there were 5 or 6. Mm-hmm. And throughout the entire nation, I think there were almost 60, I want to say.
Well, good. Well, Maggie, don't go away, and we're going to go out to the patch and pick some pumpkins and talk some more about how you actually grow it. But don't go away, and you folks at home, don't go away. We'll be right back after these words.
Hey folks, Dr. Dan here, and I'm inviting you to come to the McCain Auditorium on October 12th to be a part of the Henry C. Gardner Global Food Systems Lecture Series, and the featured speaker will be Greg Page. He's going to discuss climate change in agriculture. When you think of climate change and the impact that agriculture may have on it, everybody involved with agriculture needs to be there. I hope that you can attend. We'll see you on the Kansas State campus. Again, that's October 12th, McCain Auditorium, and I'll see you down the road.
I'm a patient of Kansas Regenerative Medicine in Manhattan. I had stem cell therapy in my hips and my left knee. My wife and I both are patients. We went down there the same day in November. Since then, my hips are feeling a lot better. I can work now most of the day if I want to. And before, if I worked in the morning, I was done in the afternoon, or if I worked in the afternoon, I was sure enough done for the rest of the day.
Tallgrass Commodities offers producers bulk commodities at a reasonable price with reliable service throughout the whole Midwest. To find out more about Tallgrass Commodities, visit tallgrass.us or call 785-494-8484.
To see this show and past episodes of Ag AM in Kansas, go online to agamnkansas.com.
That's My Farm is brought to you in part by Tallgrass Commodities, big enough to serve, small enough to care.
Welcome back to That's My Farm. I'm Jim Shroyer. We're in western Finney County, north of Holcomb, and we have Maggie Roth with us, and we're in the we're in the pink pumpkin patch. That's hard to say 3 times. And we're joined by her dad, Duane. And Maggie, let's talk a little bit about production practices.
Well, we plant either in late May or early June, and from there the seeds will usually take 4 months to fully grow into their pink stage.
So what about first week of June, last of May, first week of June? What type of, how many seeds do you plant per foot of row? I know, corn or soybeans, when you're planting X number of seeds per foot of row, it's nothing like that, is it?
Well, in our finger planter, the boxes are each set 30 inches apart, but we only do every other box, so the rows are each 60 inches apart, and we plant every 6 feet.
There are not very many herbicides labeled for pumpkins, I wouldn't think, Duane. So what do you do there?
About a month before we plant them, we'll put on Prowl H2O, and hopefully Mother Nature will get a rain, get it
Incorporated?
Yeah, more uniform than because this is a little flood patch, so it's hard to get the chemical incorporated with the dry soils most of the time. So. And
this year you had a little bit of a problem with hail damage not too long ago.
Yeah, we had a good hailstorm come through here, and it wiped out probably a third of the plants at least. And they came back. We went back in with a foliar feed and an insecticide to kind of help the plants recover, and it helped quite a bit, but it was just a little too late also.
Right. So what kind of bugs, I'm thinking of one in particular, but what kind of bugs problems do you have? I know you said you had an insecticide. You fly that on?
Squash bugs is our nemesis. These are our arch enemy. We can have a pumpkin patch and move it 4 miles away. There'll be squash bugs all over the place. And we have a local crop duster, and he'll donate his time and money, and we'll put on Warrior. We'll put on some stuff for a fungicide to help the plants stay greener longer. And fungicide helps just as much as the insecticide.
Right. That's interesting. What kind of nitrogen rates do you, or fertilizer? I said nitrogen, but what other fertility program do you have?
We put on a product called USB 1240D, and it put on about I think 100 pounds, and so 40% of that would be 60. You have so much. I think to grow actually good pumpkins out here, we need about 100 pounds of it, and we kind of overdo it, but just Mother Nature's pretty unforgiving. And it likes the phosphate. We really need to get the phos on, so we put about the same amount on as for nitrogen. I'd like to get about 100 pounds of phosphate on them.
Oh, really? So we're seeing a few yellow ones here. Look like they're not ripe, but as opposed to pink, what they're supposed to be this time of year. What happened there?
Well, usually when they don't turn pink, it's because they didn't get enough heat, and this summer was a lot cooler than last summer was. And we just had a few really, really cold weeks, and that really did some damage.
So what kind of yields do you normally get? How many, basically, I'm not thinking about bushels here, but how many thousand pumpkins do you get per acre usually? What's a range, a good yield?
Well, last year we had about a little over 2.5 acres, and I think we had 8,000, 9,000 pumpkins.
Wow, that's a lot of pumpkins.
Yeah.
That's the reason for that $28,000 donation to breast cancer. Okay, well, don't go away, folks. And you folks at home, don't go away either. We have to hear from our sponsors, so we'll be right back.
Soil is the life of a farm, and for 25 years, SureCrop Liquid Crop Nutrition has helped growers produce abundant quality crops while preserving and improving the soils they steward. SureCrop offers complete soil and plant analysis with cropping recommendations, delivery direct to your on-farm storage, and quality crop nutrition custom blended for your field. Choose SureCrop for the assurance of excellence for your soil. Call today or visit their website for more information.
The Kansas Wheat Innovation Center in Manhattan is rediscovering ways to get improved varieties and new genetics in the hands of farmers faster. Grower-led and checkoff-funded research initiatives are bringing about positive change. This grassroots leadership provides a strong voice in Topeka and Washington, D.C. Now is the time to partner with Kansas Wheat in moving wheat forward. Kansas Wheat Commission and Kansas Association of Wheat Growers. Farmers investing in their future and yours. Log on to rediscoverwheat.org.
Kansas Farm Bureau, the voice of agriculture, represents grassroots agriculture. The state's largest and most powerful farm organization stands up for its members through leadership development, agriculture education, legal defense, environmental advocacy, farm safety, and risk management. Members also enjoy money-saving benefits. To join our organization today or to learn more, go to www.kfb.org or find us on Facebook and Twitter.
That's My Farm is brought to you in part by Tallgrass Commodities. Big enough to serve, small enough to care.
Welcome back to That's My Farm. It's Halloween and we're waiting for the great pumpkin. And not really, but we're in a pink pumpkin patch. Maggie and Duane, Roth. Where do you market these pink pumpkins?
Well, we market them at usually one football game a year, and my school is Dig Pink Night. And
a breast cancer
yes,
effort, fundraiser.
Yeah, and we usually market them somewhere in Garden City.
Okay, that's a lot of pumpkins to be moving this time of year. That's didn't I hear you say your goal is to have a pink pumpkin on everybody's front porch?
Yeah.
Is that in the state or nationwide?
Everywhere.
Everywhere. That's a really good cause. Duane, you got to be proud of Maggie. So
yep, very proud.
So tell us a little bit about her and her project.
Yeah, when it started off, it just was just a single pumpkin patch, and then a few other FFA chapters caught on to it, and it went across the nation, and and it's just like everything else. Some did really well, and there's always a learning curve when you're growing a squash plant. But I think they're not just doing it to grow pumpkins. They did it because somebody they know or somebody in their family has been affected by breast cancer.
Well, it's about 1 in 8, so that's over 12% of women will face breast cancer sometime in their life.
Yeah. There's a FFA chapter in the United States, I forget where it was, but he raised them, and his mom actually died of breast cancer, and they sold it at local football games. So it's it hits close to home for a lot of kids that are NFA or just in a family.
But while this is pink pumpkins, this is a pink pumpkin patch. It's kind of new, but you've been growing pumpkins orange pumpkins for quite a while.
About 26 years. 26
years. And what have you done with those over the years?
We got first it started as our local school would come out, so preschool through 4th, 5th grade would come out, all the classes. And we got some local churches. We got the library. They do a fundraiser, and then the zoo. They have a fundraiser to raise money for the animals and keep and everything. And
right.
So we just donate the pumpkins to them.
So it sounds like to me the Roth family has been doing donations, these kind of efforts for a long time, and you've just kind of carried on in that tradition, haven't you?
Yeah.
Okay. Well, that's really good. That is a wonderful program that you're doing, and so don't go away. We'll be right back. And you folks at home, you don't go away either. We'll be right back.
Next time you see a beautiful field of corn, reach out and thank the farmers who work tirelessly to raise corn for livestock feed, renewable fuels, and exports to feed a growing world population. The farmers on the Kansas Corn Commission work for Kansas corn with grower-funded checkoff dollars that support foreign and domestic market development, research, promotion, and education to expand opportunities for Kansas farmers. To learn more, visit kscorn.com.
Now another gardening tip with Annette Jackson.
Fall is a great time to plant trees, shrubs, and perennials. Root development this fall means more growth with less watering next year. For faster root growth, always use Fertilome Root Stimulator. It is the only stimulator which contains IBA rooting hormone. Use Fertilome tree and shrub food after the plant has been planted for a month.
Save 25% now on Jackson's homegrown hardy perennials. Let Jackson's friendly staff help you select the best plants for your landscape.
I will take action against herbicide-resistant weeds. I will know my weeds, and I will stop them before they go to seed. I will do whatever it takes to give my crops the upper hand, and I will use multiple herbicide sites of action because every action counts. I will take action, this time for all time.
Valley Vet Supply is devoted to providing information and professional quality products at reasonable prices.
Valley Vet Supply.
That's My Farm is brought to you in part by Tallgrass Commodities. Big enough to serve, small enough to care.
Welcome back to That's My Farm. We're in Western Finney County. We have Duane Roth and his daughter Maggie. Maggie is the pink pumpkin queen for the state. And guys, you know, pink pumpkins. How in the world did we come up with pink pumpkins? How are they different than orange pumpkins?
Well, I came up with them by actually the breeder who started breeding them. He just found it in a field of regular ones, and he bred them from there and took the seeds from that one.
This has been what, within the past 10 years?
Yeah.
Okay. Okay. So they look more gourd shaped than normal orange pumpkins. I'm thinking, you know, those big orange pumpkins, and these seem to be more gourd or squash type. But boy, you lift one of these puppies up and it's heavy.
Yeah.
So what's the deal on the heaviness and the size,
The density.
and the density of it?
Well, it's a whole lot denser than your regular orange pumpkins. I'd say it's at least 3 times as heavy as like this one, and if you find orange pumpkin its size, this one's going to be 3 times as heavy in pounds.
Okay, so and that's made up mainly of the wall here, the
Correct.
Whatever you call the outside of a pumpkin. So let's cut it open and see how it works, and you can just kind of see that it's kind of hard to cut there. Maggie, you were telling me a little bit ago about the sweetness of these pumpkins versus a regular pumpkin. I do like pumpkin pie, so if you want to make one for me, I'd appreciate it. But I like it with whipped cream. Well, that is kind of tough there, and the wall is so much thicker. But inside of a pink pumpkin, it's not pink. It's just like a normal orange pumpkin. But yeah, look at that. There's a seed there as well. But you have a nice wall here, and then this is the meat here. You really can't make jack-o'-lanterns out of these, can you?
No,
we've tried. You have to have a real long knife, and so these are interesting development. So you can see the seed, normal pumpkin seed. You dry those, and now let's here. Of course, here's a green pumpkin seed. So let's talk about what you plant. We talked about planting procedures a while ago, and those aren't anything like what we're seeing here. So tell us a little bit about. Obviously, those are treated with an insecticide, fungicide, and you'll drop 2 or 3 every 6 feet. So the Pink Pumpkin Foundation sends you how many seeds?
Well, for FFA and 4-H clubs, they'll send up to 5,000 seed for free. And so that's how many we got, because that plant's around 3 acres.
So basically 5,000 we'll plant 3. We'll plant 3 acres. Okay, that's really interesting. Well, stay with us. We've got one more segment to do, And folks, you stay with us as well. We'll be right back after these words.
Tallgrass Commodities offers producers bulk commodities at a reasonable price with reliable service throughout the whole Midwest. To find out more about Tallgrass Commodities, visit tallgrass.us or call 785-494-8484.
Heinen Brothers Ag Service understands the risk and rewards of farming. As fourth-generation farmers themselves, they understand the importance of using the correct products on every acre. Farmers helping farmers. Heinen Brothers Ag offers quality aerial and ground application, fertilizer, ag chemicals, and anhydrous ammonia. Call today at 800-760-4964 or find us online at HeinenBrothersAg.com.
Buying a car shouldn't be this hard. And at Brown Chevrolet Buick in Wamego, it isn't. It's actually awesome. Whether you want a new or used car or truck, Toby's team can make the deal. Even if you want to custom order a new car or truck, Toby's team can make the deal. See Toby's team at Brown Chevrolet Buick in Wamego. We're awesome.
When your living depends on agriculture, you can depend on KFRM 550 AM. If you're in the southwest three-fourths of Kansas or the northern half of Oklahoma, catch us at 550 AM on the radio dial. But if that isn't you, listen on your cell phone at TuneIn Radio or on your computer at KFRM.com. We promise to keep you informed, entertained, and company as you go through your day. KFRM 550 AM, the voice of the plains. We would like to join your management team.
Hey, it's Dr. Dan here, inviting you to Animal Science and Industries Family and Friends Reunion.
Whether you're an alumnus, a family member, or a friend like myself, I would encourage you to attend the Family and Friends Reunion on October 9th as a way to network, connect, or reconnect with friends of yours in your segment of the livestock industry.
K-State has many traditions. Agriculture and football are at the top of the list. So I'll see you in Manhattan, Kansas on October 9th for the Animal Science and Industries Family and Friends Reunion.
That's My Farm is brought to you in part by Tallgrass Commodities. Big enough to serve, small enough to care.
Welcome back, folks, to That's My Farm. I'm Jim Shroyer. We're in Maggie Roth's pumpkin patch. And Maggie, tell us a little bit more about the connection between the Pink Pumpkin Patch Foundation and breast cancer.
Well, the Pink Pumpkin Patch Foundation's president is actually a breast cancer survivor. And her husband is the seed breeder who first found the Pink Pumpkin Patch seed. So they just kind of put two and two together and established the foundation themselves. Mm-hmm. And so they have different growers from across the nation, whether it's a commercial grower, 4-H club, or FFA chapter. And after all these different growers are done for the season, they send their money back to the Pink Pumpkin Patch Foundation. And the foundation will accumulate all the money and pool it together, and then send it and then award a grant to a breast cancer research organization of their choice. But they try to get an organization that has the highest amount of dollar going to actual research instead of just promoting awareness.
Right. So let me ask you, how much were you able to donate to the Pink Pumpkin Patch Foundation this past year?
Well, last year I ended up donating over $28,000.
$28,000.
Yeah.
Holy moly, that's a lot of pumpkins.
Yeah.
And this year you have 3 acres of pumpkins, and you're hoping to shoot for that again this year, huh?
Yeah, we sure hope.
Okay, so if someone is interested in an FFA or 4-H organization, how do you get in contact? How do they get in contact?
Well, most people go through the foundation, and
so they would Google Pink Pumpkin Patch Foundation. Okay.
And you can see it on Facebook or Twitter or any social media, I believe.
Mm-hmm. Well, Maggie, I tell you what, you're a remarkable person, and for a junior in high school to raise $28,000 and more this year, I'm pleased that you joined us and talked a little bit about your project for FFA, and thank you for having us. And you folks at home, glad you joined us. And next Friday, be with us because we're going to be back with That's My Farm. Thank you.
Closed captioning brought to you by Kansas Soybean Commission, the Soybean Checkoff Progress, powered by Kansas farmers.